Okay, let's go. How many balls do you want? Yes. Every little spider is fuel to the fire. How many ball explosions do you want? Yes. Fireball for the win, man. I mean, this fireball one-shots everything now. That's a big advantage. Look, I'm getting legendaries off screen. Pork. Look at the legendary. It just spawned up there, man. I wasn't even anywhere close to where it spawned. Definitely one of the most fun builds, man. Let's go. Hey everybody, it's Rob here. Today we are playing Fireball Sorcerer. So not blue balls, now it's red balls. And this is basically almost a full unique Sorcerer. And we are scaling Fireball enchantment, which auto-triggers and it can easily kill pretty much everything in the game. So there's a two-hander setup and the one-hander setup. Both are pretty good, and I'm not really sure which one will be better in the end, but they are both pretty insane. And we are basically using the same principle as we did with the Ball Sorc, where we just use our skills to reset our cooldowns of teleport and basically go for some insane cooldown reduction there. And it makes the build insanely strong. I'll show you guys some clips here. You can also actually get pretty decent single target, and I think it has the biggest AoE of all of them. Even crazier than what you guys saw with Arclash. I mean, Arclash still might be a bit faster in terms of teleporting, but this one has more damage, I feel. Because you just go through and your fireball is killing everything, basically. And this also will have a tremendous synergy in any kind of group content, because like the fireball that your teammate procs on the other side of the map will deal insane damage, because you have like level, I think it's level 17 fireball here. Yeah, level 17. You can also play this with Inferno. Right now we are playing with the lightning ultimate, unstable currents, just for the teleport resets. But if you like feel like you have mana issues, you definitely want to play this with Inferno, because Inferno basically allows you to cast all your skills for free. All your fire skills at least, which is basically all your skills. So yeah, here you can see like it has similar speeds. Yeah, I fucked a bit up here, need to go up. Then we go in this room here and we can just like cast our fireball everywhere. Fireball. We're using fireball and teleport enchantment again here. And yeah, it's just a bunch of fun, like throwing fireballs everywhere. And the fireballs, they bounce, they multiply, and it's just a super fun build in the end. You're also rocking like dungeons and everything with ease. I can show you a bit in the open world and well, basically go over the build. So yeah, we're rocking all this here. Boom, boom, boom. All done. But we don't go into poison. I mean, you can tank these poison explosions, but this is a build we play without armor as well, right? But yeah, this is just like a lot of fun with all the blasting here. Alright guys, this is the Fireball, almost unique only Sorc. Let's check it out. I think this one is so insane, man, look at this. DPS is good, DPS is really good. And you have some crazy explosions. Chop, chop, chop. This is almost like Arclash level in terms of speed. I think it does more damage as well. Hey, look at this. Flop. This is some insane firewall. And I want to see how the boss damage is treating us here. I'm just like not casting my cooldowns even right now. Just save it for the boss. Chop, chop, chop. Boss is dead. It is pretty strong. Fireball for the win. This is not red balls, blue balls. And I'm still leveling some of my glyphs here. Sorc utility is the craziest in the game. And again, this one we have, okay, right now we have rank 13, but we have Evernight. So rank 17 Fireball, and this one will work all around the map. And whenever it triggers, we're also gonna get a cooldown reset for our evade. So this is like how we are basically able to keep our evade up here at basically all times. And I'm not even like optimized on my glyphs yet. I'm still leveling a bunch of stuff here basically up. And yeah, there's basically the two setups here. That you can play either Staff of Endless Rage, which basically every third cast of Fireball will multiply into 3. You see this here, boom, 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 and they will all deal increased damage. I don't really have a good roll on this right now. So for me at the moment, it feels like my one-hand and offhand setup is better. But especially with the way it works here, I'm still playing Esu, which is the fire passive that we also play on the Ball Lightning build. But this one here is just as insane for this build, because yeah, you're just like attacking so fast, even with a 200 staff, to reset your see when I evade here, to reset your evade cooldown like crazy. And you can get it pretty heftily up, especially if you stack some cooldown reduction, especially a helm, amulet, things like that. I'll show you real quick here. Let's say we go to Overshot. In a Helltide, I'll show you how fast you can reset and how fast you can do things. And yeah, Flicker Step is exactly needed here to reset our ultimates as well. And again, we can do the same with Inferno. Right now, I think Unstable Currents, like if it's more speed focused for the Gauntlet, Unstable Current takes the cake, but it might also actually be the Inferno that has a lot of merit here to be played too. I'll show you here, and then we'll go over the build and all the gear and stuff. So you can see here, like even in the open world content, like we can just go blast basically. Like here everything will die, just how we're used to from like all our other abilities. And if you have enough enemies and enough density, you can also reset your cooldowns. But you don't always have enough density. Like especially in Helltides, you see our Unstable Currents doesn't reset as easily. And then obviously we're having some cooldown issues if there's no enemies basically. This is with the 200 setup, you have more bounces and stuff. And whenever you have the attack speed bonus that you get from Esu, like you can also like blast like really fast. Like you can see here, our match, you can proc these. And if you get bosses like these fireballs, and if you get bosses into like a corner, it also works insanely well. So we're rocking Harlequin's Crest here. You can also play Godslayer if you don't have the Uber Unique. Then Raiment of the Infinite. Again, this is like full unique build basically. Gloves of the Illuminati, insane attack speed for Fireball. And just overall, like a really cool stat here. This one basically allows our Fireball to bounce like this. There's also an overpower version of this build that can kill bosses like in one shot. I've seen some cool clips of Baskinator we can maybe show at the end. Yeah, we're playing Talbot's Will. Again, we're getting Unstoppable, teleporting, or just pressing our Flame Shield. Flicker Step to reset our ultimate. And again, you can play... you can see here, if I go for our Inferno ultimate, it basically allows you to pull enemies and also to just reset our cooldowns for free. Like here, you can just like spam this, no mana costs at all. But if you have Starless Sky, I definitely recommend you go with Unstable Currents. So Inferno, like if you don't have Starless Sky, I think would be my choice here. And again, I will have a planner, like full planner guide here in the description. And yeah, on the no Uber version, I will take the Unstable Currents here in the skill tree. I think that just basically makes the most sense. Oh, sorry, we will take, in the no Uber version, we will take Inferno. On the others, we will take Unstable Currents. That will make the most sense. It's a pretty fast-paced speed build. Then on the weapon, we play a Staff of Endless Rage, or we play a dagger. Obviously, I have the mastery here. This is for my ball line. You want core damage here, ideally. And then you have the 3 curse, but it will all be in the planner. And yeah, here you have the 3 curse, which basically gives you like a crazy amount of damage, bonus damage. Against healthy targets, 80% for crit multiplier. And yeah, we're using crit elixir and a lot of crit buffs that we can get here for some pretty crazy stuff. Then we have the Ancient Flame here. You can also make an argument to put the 3 curses on the amulet, at least if the gauntlet will be harder. But right now it feels like it might be like Nightmare 170, and then it's going to be pretty easy and I think pretty fast. So having more attack speed and a better breakpoint on the Fireball is would be key for me. And then Tarasha plus Starless Sky here for some pretty crazy scaling overall. We use Ice Blades for the cold proc, we use Unstable Currents for the lightning proc, and we get a bunch of fire procs anyway. So this is basically 45% X DPS multiplier. Pretty insane. Our enchants are looking like this: Fireball plus Teleport. Pretty standard, pretty normal, I guess. One thing that I get asked a lot and that we also had to figure out is how do we proc burning. And obviously you could always take Fireball enchantment to get burning. But I feel like these two are just so necessary to have this like kind of speed that will be needed. So we don't do this, but you can certainly do this and drop Teleport. And just play like a bit slower pace, but have way more DPS and way more buffs. But what I use, at least to proc it on you know, the majority of single targets, is just our pet. So right now we're rocking burning support, and this is not always up, but on the important targets that like bosses or elites that don't die immediately, you will get the burning support here. And Tempest has a 1 second cooldown, so you will get this a lot in the end. Then we are rocking breaking, we're rocking Evernight here. You can also play, and you should definitely play, if you don't have the Uber Unique, you should be playing efficiency support for 15% extra damage, which is also very nice. And then Flash of Adrenaline, like tactical duration Genesis combination, basically giving us 1.5 multiplier, which is pretty insane for sure. Wanted to put the teleport enchantment back here. And that's the pet. Stats are currently looking like this, so we're rocking 70 auras, very easy on a Sorc. About 50 crit chance with a two-hander. I think with one-hander we have quite a bit more crit chance, 56. And then if you get the pet, you get another 15. Things like that. And then these are the rest of the stats. Basically, we are scaling crit and we are scaling like fire damage. Skill tree is looking like this. 2 points to unlock. Fireball max. You want to max dominance. 3 in flame shield. Full teleport for like less cooldown. Glass cannon. 1 in attunement. 3 in ice armor, so very similar to ball lightning. And then rest right now we don't really have that many conjurations. I guess if you are playing the unstable currents, you can still put some more points here into, actually should have done this, into the conjuration mastery. Lucky hit also helps you with some triggers, but yeah, in the end there is a bunch of stats here that you can move around. I just prefer it like this, very damage focused, so you don't always have burning, but devouring blaze is a big multiplier. And you can even have this on your amulet. Like my amulet is not 100% ideal. It's pretty good, but I still have movement speed on here, which I don't think is going to be needed when you're just teleporting, right? So you can definitely go for something like devouring blaze, especially again on the bosses where your pet attacks is a crazy multiplier with the burning support. You would actually be getting another 1.3 if the target is immobilized. Or at least a 21x, which is insane against burning enemies. And then we have all the other supports here. I also use Fiery Surge, like whenever you kill a burning enemy. This one actually triggers more often than you think. You don't necessarily need it, but I'd like to have it for extra mana. And then obviously the Acid passive. Paragon tree, we did change quite a bit, but the general aspects and nodes here are the same. So we have Elementalist, then we have Destruction. We do not play any armor on our Sorc. Just notice that we have this one wrong. We don't play any armor. Whenever you want to take Int, you want to get Int because it gives you more damage multiplier. Because like we don't reach any armor cap anyways, we are full DPS and we have our barrier and we have our flame shields, just making us completely immortal. Whenever we need it anyways. Then here we're rocking Enchantment Master, less teleport cooldown, more fireball damage. Unleash right here, spending mana is easy and we get more damage and more mana regen. You can also play something defensive here, like the barrier damage reduction and then just skill willpower. But I prefer the offensive way, you guys know me. Pyromancy here with the Searing Heart. This one is very easy to get the multiplier on because we're also stacking Frigid Fate, so we are just taking all the DPS nodes here for some insane damage. And then in Ceaseless Conduit we have Flame Feeder here for more damage against burning targets, and again our pets makes them burn, and we can also make them burn ourselves, by the way, with Flame Shield. But it not really has the best uptime, right? Like if you have your Flame Shield, yeah, obviously you can get some cooldown reductions and stuff, but it's still gonna have like a 12-second cooldown or something, as you can see here. But if I do this, they are burning, right? So if you touch them with your Flame Shield. So on like the crazy like targets, like a boss, you always want to go melee, and then you want to press your flame shield to guarantee the burning. But your pet will continue to burn them, and your pet will also keep them vulnerable. So this is like what the pet is used for. Efficiency is very nice, but also error nice. So you gotta have to make some choices here. But yeah, it's a very solid build, very solid board. Up here we have exploit basically for an extra multiplier against burnable targets. Very good. And then we just stack a bunch of like fire damage here and things like that. And again, like I'm not even like fully leveled with all these nodes. But yeah, that's basically the build. I think this build is actually pretty insane. It might even be very good for the gauntlet, not for solo necessarily, because I think ball lightning will be better. But in group play, especially if you're scaling your, your elemental fire damage here, like quite insane. Like look at this thing, it already does like 200k damage per explosion base, and then you get all your multipliers on top of this, right? So I think this is gonna feel very strong if you play it in a party and you just wanna... We don't know exactly how the gauntlet will be if you want to focus bosses, but you could just have one Barb as a boss killer, and then like, a couple Sorcs that just blast here with Fireball, and you just get the Fireball procs off screen, and you also get like your benefits from on kill effects and things like that. So it could be a pretty insane build, this fire. I enjoy it a lot, and it also is pretty strong against bosses. Let me see. There's a video here from Baskenet. I've seen him rock the boss killer build. This is like an overpower setup. And he basically manages, and big shout out to Baskenet, I'm gonna put his channel below. He basically one-shots Lilith with this build as well, so you can definitely do a boss killer version. This then has a Banished Lord Talisman, and you just basically wait until you have the 300 stacks of your Banished Lords, and you wait until you have your two stacks of your Fireball for the Endless. And then you combine this, so you get an Overpower proc, and you get the Staff proc. And you, boom, you shoot a big fireball, and it does how much damage? Let's see, boom. Yeah, like 4 times, like 12 million I saw there. So it looks pretty insane. And I think he does the same thing on phase 2. You see here, just go on, and boom. So yeah, pretty sick. 14 million each hit, and then there's like, 3 fireballs. So easy, like a 40 million, like just with one click. So yeah, this build is pretty strong and a lot of fun to play, and yeah, insane speed as well. We need some nightmare dungeons, we need some bosses. Pretty cool fire build. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you wanna see and try a new fun build that is not lightning, I think this Sorc build's for you. Hope you guys enjoyed this overview. Take care, my friends. GG. If you liked this video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like or a comment. I'm also live on Twitch almost every day, so come and say hi.